What is up, my friends, and welcome back to another video. Now, if you are a regular on this channel, you know that I don't sample very often, and there's a couple key reasons as to why. So first of all, I like starting a lot of my beats with just the drums, and when I do that, I kind of just prefer to make my own melodies to fit like perfectly in those pockets, and that's just like how I generally work. Second of all, I never really got into sampling just because it can be really time consuming just digging through stuff and finding something that you actually like. And when you do, you might run into the issue of sample clearance. And when I sit down to make beats, I want to make beats. Like, I don't want to really do anything that extra, you know, like I stick to my workflow and that's just how I work. But I was recently introduced to a new tool called Loopcloud 4.0. And I've been using it for about a week and a half, 2 weeks, and it's definitely changed my mentality on sampling. And I'm gonna show you guys why in this video. But with that said, I wanna give a big shout out and thank you to Loopmasters and Loopcloud for getting a hold of me and introducing me to your service, your product, because it's dope. So I am going to open up Loopcloud and Logic now. We'll chop something up and we'll cook up a beat with it. But before we do that, I want to let you guys know that Loopcloud is completely free to download, and you can listen through all their samples, one-shots, even chop them up within Loopcloud before you buy them. So you can kind of get an idea if you want it or not without downloading it and purchasing it first. So with that said, let's get into the video. All right. So we got Loopcloud and Logic opened up. I just want to show you guys mainly how I've been using it with my workflow, but there's other videos that go in depth on these things that I'll put in the description on Loopmaster's YouTube channel. So with that said, let's get into it. So we are here in the Loopcloud interface. So right now we're looking at like the storefront. But check this out. So if you go to a library, you can actually load your own samples that you've got on your hard drive in here. You can see I've already got like a Pat Ryan loop kit. Basically all you do is click the plus and then you'll go through, see I've already loaded it in. Let's see, we can go through like desktop, go down to Pat Ryan loop kit, click open. Okay, so we already got it loaded in here, but check it out. So it loads in your samples, counts the BPMs for you, puts the keys in here, and it'll even add some tags for you. So it's really cool. It organizes it really well. But let's go into the store and find a sample for us to chop up. So you'll also notice like at the bottom portion of the screen, you can kind of see like BPM, pitch, pattern. So this is like their editor once you find samples. So what I did, I've already got a sample that I know I want to chop up to kind of keep this a little shorter, but I'll show you guys how I found it and we'll chop it up. So I basically went to genres and I filtered hip hop, and then I went into instruments and I knew I wanted like a mallet sound. So I went there and it pulls these up. So you can also filter further, like these are all one shots. You can filter by content type. So I went to loops because I knew I wanted a loop. I didn't want a one shot. And before we get down to looking at a couple samples, you can also sync Loopcloud up directly in your DAW. It doesn't matter if you're using Ableton or Logic. So I've got Logic opened up here. So check this out. Basically you open it up like an instrument. So go over here, Loopcloud, stereo, bam. It's as simple as that. So right now I want my tempo to be 130. Let's bring that up and you'll see in Loopcloud, it just brought this up to 130 as well. You'll see it says over here, DAW connected to Apple Logic, just to show you guys. So at 130 now, bring it back to 125, 125, it syncs up. So it's pretty sweet. All right, so let's go bring this back to 130 because that's what I want our BPM at, and check out some samples. So like I said, you can go through samples without purchasing them and you can chop them up too. So let's just click on any random one and play it. So it's got a lot of stuff, and right now it's making every sample 130 BPM because that's what we have our project settings set to in Logic. And you can also like filter all of these through, like say you want only samples in a certain key, you can do that. Or you can change all the samples. Say your key is like D sharp or D. You can just put auto and it'll automatically change. You'll see how the pitch went up to 2. It'll automatically change it to fit whatever key you have. So it makes sampling and finding like the samples that you want for your project really easy. And that's what I like about this, because like I said, I don't like spending a lot of time just like searching through stuff when I want to make a beat. I just want to sit down and make a beat. So let's check this one out. This is the one I think that I want to sample. So let's play it. So yes, that's what I want. So you'll see it says low quality watermarked, and this is for, you know, to protect themselves, so you don't go in and just like record audio off of your computer and get the sample that way. So what you'll do if you want to buy it is you'll just purchase buy file, and I've already got it, so that's it. So like I said, you can listen to all of them for free, chop them up for free. So you basically have credits is what you end up buying. So when you get something, everything is a different amount of credits, and you'll just put it in your cart and that's it. So let's get into chopping this sample up. All right, so we are in here. Right now I've got the loop set to basically just half of the sample because it repeats itself really. So I want to bring the BPM down to 130. Okay, so now we got it at 130. And now is where you just get creative. Like you listen to it, hear different patterns. I already like how the melody like resolves itself, so I'm not gonna mess with that. But I want to add some like cool technicalities, if you will. So let's just listen through. All right, so let's zoom in over here. So let's chop this. So we'll delete that one and repeat that. So let's hear that. And now we can reverse it. I want this one reversed. Let's hear that again. Okay, so that adds like a cool, it's just different, switches it up a little bit. So just keep listening through. Let's chop this one up too and reverse this as well. Okay. Now I want this one to be the same entrance as this one was, because you can hear this one is stronger. So we'll delete that. Chop this here. Copy and paste. I'm just doing Command C, but so I show you guys on the screen. Just copy and paste. So let's hear that. So yeah, that definitely adds a nicer sound. So we'll do another repeat here. Oops. There we go. Maybe let's reverse this and reverse the end one too. Let's hear how that second half sounds. So I'm cool with that. And just to show you guys some of the other things that you can do with it. So say you want to like pitch it down some. Now let's check it out. So you can do it by octave. You can speed it up double time. I mean, obviously you can click and drag the BPM, or half time. So double time is obviously going to be really fast. Sounds kind of hard, not gonna lie. So you can turn that off. And another really cool thing that you can do, check this out. So say you like the pattern that you just chopped it up, you can just save it. Let's save it as sauce. Save that. So now if you go in and find any other samples, you can literally open it up. You've got it saved here. I've got another one. Open it up and apply it to whatever sample you have, and it's saved. Easy as that. So yeah, like I said, they make it really easy to just like come in here, sample something up, chop it up, find something you like, and then say we're happy with it. All you need to do, check this out, my friends. So you got the processed version. What we're gonna do now is click and drag it directly into our project. So let's go into Logic, put a loop on here. It's that easy. And as you can hear, there's no like, usually if you're sampling something in Logic and you make a cut, you'll hear like those clicks wherever you sliced it. You don't hear it when you sample in Loopcloud. So it's just one less step you've got to deal with. And then obviously when you're in Logic, you can go and process it more. Like if I want to put an EQ on here, I can go and do that. Say I just want to cut out the highs or whatever it is. Let's see. Let's do a low pass and a high pass. So it just gives it kind of like a darker sound. So yeah, it's as easy as that, guys. I mean, again, there's probably other features that I haven't showed you guys that, like I said, I'll put links in the description to other videos that are like more in depth. But I really want to show you guys, like the purpose of this is to show you how I've integrated it with my workflow. So yeah, it's that simple. So now that we've got the sample in Logic, I think it's time to cook up. All right, so I went in how I usually do and basically heard, like, listened for the spots where I wanted to add some accent hi-hats, and then I also doubled that hi-hat track and then used another hi-hat as kind of like a perk. So let's check out what I got here. So a nice like hi-hat line, simple but still like pushes the melody forward. But let's keep building. last but not least, my favorite part to record on the beat, the 808. So that wraps up the beat. I will play it for you guys at the end of the video. Once again, I want to give a big thank you and shout out to Loopmasters for hitting me up and supporting the channel, and for putting me onto Loopcloud, because I'm usually pretty skeptical with like sampling stuff. I just never really dabble with that, but this definitely changed my mind about the whole process because of how easy it is. So if you're like me and you usually just make your own stuff and don't sample that much, but it's something you might want to look into, check out Loopcloud. Again, it's free to download, free to run through all their samples and chop them up within their own platform. So it's really cool. You guys have nothing to lose. So I'll put the links in the description, as well to other like resources you guys can watch that'll explain some of the other features more in depth. But yeah, shout out to Loopmasters. If you guys like the video, give a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and let me know what you think in the comments below. We got more content on the way, so stay tuned, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace.